One of the things that I came to realize was I can't live for other people. I can't live for other people. No one else has to live in my skin. No one has to live in my head but me. So I need to live a lifestyle that I can be proud of, that I can be happy with, and that I don't mind living every day.
Thank you for joining me on In the Thick of It. I'm your host, Amanda Thickk, and today I'm so excited to introduce a very good friend of mine, a beautiful, talented powerhouse in the adult industry. She has worked for pretty much all of the main top companies. She's been nominated so many times for all the top awards. This woman is my friend, and more than that, she is one of your favorite stars, Carmela Clutch.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I have never been introduced like that before. I'm like, hello.
Where's the applause? Hello. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, love. It's great to see you.
Likewise. Yeah. You're freaking smoking hot.
Thank you.
I mean,
so are you.
Mm-hmm. So I already knew who you were, and I met you in the gym.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's working.
Thank you. Thank you. A little gym, a little bit of money, a little bit of everything together. But
it's all self-care.
Yes, it is. It's just a healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
Really. That's the biggest part.
Well, it's working.
Thank you.
Jealous. I got my rolls over here, but it's okay.
Listen, it's all the more to grab and hold and
yes, it
yank.
is.
Don't get me started.
I like the way you think. So I was just telling you that I know you personally, but I still like to prepare a little bit. I was listening to some other podcasts that you've been on. And rather than going through all of the adult conversation, which of course some of that's going to come up.
Of course.
But I want to get a little more personal.
Sure.
And so my first knowledge of you is this like beautiful Latina, like you always have this really sexy face in everything you do. So I was a little intimidated first when I met you. Oh, wow. And then you turn out to be like the sweetest, most approachable, kindest person. And I don't know if people know that about you.
Thank you. I've had a lot of people be a little intimidated or scared to come up and talk to me at conventions. And I swear I don't bite unless you want me to. Then I will bite. I will bite everywhere.
Let's go.
But for the most part, I'm pretty docile. It's honestly on set, they'll tell me, make that bitch face, make the angry, I'm cursing. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So they'll tell me, make that bitch face, do the angry pissed off face. And I'm like, and they're like, yes, that one. I'm like, oh God. So, yeah. If you could roll your eyes too, that'd be great. We'll do that. Do that again. Hold it.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you really good at like sexy face? Because I'm really bad at this.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What advice do you have for me? Because I just look stupid when I do it.
It just depends. I've heard, so I was bad at it first too. I didn't know what to do with my mouth in photo shoots or on set. And someone told me, say carrots, but really sexy. Carrots.
Ooh.
And you just kind of like, which camera?
Yeah, right there.
I just said carrots, but I whispered it.
Ooh.
So you kind of like give the eyes a little bit of a narrow squeeze, smize through them, and give your face kind of like I did it, so what? Look.
There's a Latina thing right there.
She comes out to play every now and again.
I see that. Okay, you're originally from Florida?
Yeah, Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I just went there recently, and I wasn't there working. I was there for different reasons, so I didn't get the whole vibe of the city. Like, how has it been from you coming from Florida to Vegas? Is that a big contrast? Like,
I'm from Miami, but I'm from like a suburb, 45, 50 minutes away from the beach, with no traffic.
okay.
So I'm from a smaller town, Kendall. A lot of you have heard of it. I think Bella's from there. I didn't like the big city. It's not for me. I don't go clubbing. I be inside. I am a house cat.
Yes.
I don't like to be in the crazy party world. Only occasionally I visit. So coming out to Vegas was a lot more, it was a better move for me just because it's a smaller town and I'm able to go and do things outside. believe it or not, I prefer the weather out here to the humidity and mugginess of Miami. It's like being waterboarded every time you walk outside.
I'm not good with humidity at all. I'm from Utah originally, which is also very dry.
Yeah.
And then California was about as humid as I can handle. And it's not even humid. Yeah, it just fucks with my hair. That's all.
I mean, I walk outside in Miami and I swear to God, Rafiki is like, nah, cigüeña. My hair just...
It just goes up to here.
Stands straight out. And I'm like, I mean, my skin loves it, but my hair hates it.
Oh, yeah. Do you have curly hair naturally?
Yeah, my hair is naturally curly, wavy, kind of like a distressed child doesn't know what it wants.
Okay. My daughter has like different
textures.
Yes, different. Like the bottom is like more straight and the top is really, really tight. Yes.
And then the top, I have 2 barrel curls in the back that will go straight poof if I don't maintain it. And then on the front sides, it's kind of wavy. Is that kind of like hers?
Yes. That anybody with curly hair understands.
Yes.
It's not all one texture. It's not all one consistency. It's wild.
No.
I didn't realize you had like curly hair though, because I always see it just very
straight or wavy or just freshly fucked look. Yeah.
Yes, which is funny because a lot of my friends, I don't always see their scenes, right? It's like, I know what you do. I don't necessarily have to see it all, but I don't know. I guess when you're following your friends and stuff on Twitter and it's just like, boom.
Because there's my ass.
It's quite noticeable, in fact.
Well, thank you.
Wait a minute. There's a nomination for your ass.
Oh, yes, there is. That's right. That's right.
Now, this is going to come out after the nomination, so hopefully you win. We're going to put out the good vibes. But we'll see. It's also political, guys. I don't know if you know that. You know,
it is a little political. So I would like to say that, yeah, you know, I hope maybe one day, but it would actually mean a lot to me to win something like Unsung Darling or something that's actually for my work more so than my physical body. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing to be nominated, and the majority of the girls on the nomination list have perfected their bodies through science and money and, you know, some amazing surgeons, but my ass is real. So it's an honor to be nominated in that respect, but I would rather my work be nominated because of the actual body of work.
Yes. Well, okay, on that, I actually wanted to point out to everybody out there, you are like this freaking CEO badass. Now, I don't know how actualized it is in, you know, in reality as far as what you're doing on a day-to-day. But I will tell you, anytime I ever needed advice, anytime I've ever had questions, this woman is like this bevy of knowledge. Now, you have a degree in marketing and
advertising.
Right? Advertising, PR, all of this.
Yes, specialization in PR and brand management, branding. I also have a minor in psychology and sociology.
Ooh, that sounds like a killer combo.
Oh, yeah. I have problems. But no. In actuality, it seemed to go hand in hand. And they were like, hey, if you take this extra sociology class, you will have a minor in these and this. Because it's just what interests me in school. I love learning about the human psyche, why we do the things we do, why we want the things we want. And prior to getting into the industry, I've always been fascinated with the art of seduction because there's an art and there's a science to it.
Ooh, school me a little bit. Like, can we nerd out for a second?
Okay, so different cultures have different ways of approaching beauty. Some, you know, tribes in Africa have lip plates, and the larger the lip plate, the more attractive a woman is. Neck rings. We've seen Chinese or Asian foot bindings. We get our BBLs and we get our hair extensions and we go through hours of things so that we could have, so we could be seen as more beautiful. I think that's more of the art side. The science is more of like, okay, what is it that attracts a man? The color red. The color red reminds them of fertility. Got it. It's something subconscious. They don't even really recognize it. When I look you left eye, right eye, down to your lips, back up to your eye. That is something that Marilyn Monroe did. It's the left, right, down, and up. It shows that you have interest in someone. So if I do that to you, whether it be on set or in a business meeting, I'm more likely to get what I want from you.
Ooh. Have you read that book, The Art of Seduction or whatever? Is that kind of in line with this?
It might be on my shelf.
It may or may not be.
There might be some pages tabbed out and some notes in the margins.
Yeah. But it also reminds me of like those micro expressions. Is that a part of that?
That is absolutely a part of it. Men tend to notice micro expressions more because it's for the longest time, it's how we survived.
Okay, that makes sense.
Being able to read someone's body language. We don't really use it as much now because we have screens and everything is done online.
All curated.
Right. And this is one of the reasons why I still believe that human interaction is still going to supersede AI interaction for now.
You know, it's interesting that you bring that up because I have an AI twin, and I think, do you have an AI twin?
I'm thinking about it. I have a friend. I think we have the same friend in mind.
Same friend.
Yes. And so I should be starting my journey with that very soon, actually.
Okay.
I'm really curious to see if they can get all of my proclivities, my tattoos, there's certain little things on me that I would assume that they would have. And I'm very curious to see if they can replicate that.
I'm sure that it will take time to perfect it, but I'm sure they can. Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting to see what these things can do.
Yeah. Well, and the one that I have that was existing before I ever found out about that project that we're referring to.
Yeah.
Note, I'll come back to that with it's from Mia James.
It is from Mia James.
It's from Mia James. So go back and watch the episode with Mia James. We didn't talk about it yet, but I'm going to be inviting her back. So in the new studio space. But anyway, we'll bring it up with her then. But just guys, go back and watch Mia James episode. So yeah, it took some time for my AI twin to be more accurate. But even then, every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's close. Yeah, it's a little. So I think it's still developing and whatnot.
Yeah, and as technology gets better, they'll be able to catch our little nuances, the little micro expressions we make. That's what I'm known for. A lot of my fans, they tell me that I have no poker face.
Oh, really? That's a surprise.
I really have no poker face. But, at least you guys know that when I'm on set having an orgasm, I'm genuinely having an orgasm.
Oh, yeah. Not faking it.
I cannot fake. Well, the amount of squirt, I can't fake it. It's just not possible.
Do you squirt every time?
Almost.
Wow.
Yes. And it has to be earned, not given.
Facts.
Yes. Earned, not given.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to talk more about that at some point. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only recently learned that I can do that, but it requires the manual stimulation as opposed to just regular penetration.
Okay.
And
it's possible. It's possible for everyone. It's just kind of like finding out what your secret combo is, kind of like a video game. You got to find out what your secret hidden combo is. And once you figure it out, you press here, you wiggle there,
Yeah.
It's like,
but did you figure it out or did your scene partners figure it out?
So I figured it out in college.
Really?
Yes. I had a boyfriend who would make me squirt when he would go down on me. And I was totally afraid. I was one of those girls that was like, no, I'm a girl and I have a vagina that smells like a vagina. And oh my God, don't touch me. Oh no, I feel like I'm gonna. He's like, it's not pee, it's squirt. I was like, what? He's like, oh, honey.
Really?
We need to talk.
Oh, I love this.
It was the sexual awakening that I had never had because prior to him, I had had several boyfriends. I had had sex, but I had never had a real orgasm.
How long did it take before you ever
2 years.
Really?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years before I had one of those, oh my God, this is why everyone is freaking out about this. 2 years.
Wow.
2 years.
Wow. Okay, guys.
Pleasing men before they pleased me.
Well, I think a lot of women are in that frame of mind of like wanting to please the partner,
right?
But then kind of sacrificing their own pleasure. Now, I know it works both ways. I've heard it on the other side too of like,
absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I think that I'm just putting a plug out there, guys, please, and women, invest in their pleasure, but also, pay attention to yours.
Absolutely.
It builds that connection. If that goes away, that connection starts to fall apart.
One of my favorite things to tell any partner that I have is that I'm really into pleasing the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can tell that you're enjoying the way that I'm sucking your or eating your pee, then I will do those things that you like more and more and more and more and more. And once I start to learn your habits and what you like, I'm going to go straight for that. That's the cheat code. I'm going to go directly for the things that you like the most. And I'll tease you and draw it out of you. Like kind of draw it out and make it an experience more so than just quick and done.
Yeah.
And I think that teasing and that learning of your partner and that communication is the thing that's lacking for a lot of people, sexually speaking. It's what creates intimacy. You could have friction. That's just the physical. But if you want something that is mind shattering, you want an orgasm that's really like your whole body shakes and convulses, that usually for a woman comes with intimacy, with a deep, profound knowledge of her body and who she is.
Okay, now that you brought that up,
Sure.
we're gonna be all over the place today. What is intimacy to you then?
Ooh.
Especially being in the adult industry, when sex is just a part of the job, where do you feel you get intimacy from?
Ooh, that's a great question. For me, because I'm in the industry, intimacy exists outside of the perfection. Being on set with all the lights and the makeup artists and the this and the that, everyone's beautiful under those lights. Everyone looks good. You know what I like? Give me a dad bod. Give me a bod.
Dad bod.
Give me a dad bod. Give me a dad bod. Give me a short king. Give me somebody who is real and authentic. Give me somebody who's going to be there when I come home from work and be like, you know what? It seems like you had a hard day. Let me go draw you a bath. Dinner's ready. You okay? Do you want to cuddle? You want to just hang out and be quiet? That's cool too. Like, it doesn't have to be sex for it to be intimate for me. And for me, the way that I get my intimacy is actually because I'm not entangled with anyone. I don't have a partner. I get that intimacy, those moments with my closest friends. And I don't mean sexually. I mean emotionally speaking. I've entered a new era of my life where I'm decentralizing my life from the male gaze. And I'm really trying to enrich my life with relationships that mean and matter the most to me. And the ones that I've noticed that mean and matter the most to me are the friendships that I have with other women. It's much deeper. It's much deeper of an emotional connection. And I find that a lot more mentally and emotionally satiating than just penetration. Now, if I can find a male counterpart that could stimulate my mind, light my soul on fire, as well as cater to my physical needs, well, I mean,
jackpot.
Jackpot. Ding, 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 ding.
Yes. Well, I know you're really close with Ashlyn Peaks.
Yeah.
And she's your roommate at this point.
Yes,
right?
yes, we live together. Yeah. Ashlyn is a very close and dear friend of mine. I consider you a dear friend of mine. Mia is a dear friend of mine. I keep that circle very, very small. I'm friendly with everyone, but I have learned over the years that not everyone deserves pieces of my piece.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not willing to sell my piece off to anyone that just walks into my life. So, you know, there are very few people that could wake me up at 3:00 in the morning and I will get out of bed for them. It's a very short list.
Well, and I think it needs to be.
It needs to be.
Especially when your attention it's not only monetized, but it's, how do I even say? Just like your audience and in the amount of influence that you have, it covers such a wide space. There's basically a huge audience, right? You have a lot of people who follow, who know who you are. You have to be selective. You have to protect your piece. And if that's like, I was listening to another podcast where you're newly into gardening, you're into the arts and crafts and stuff. Yeah. It's just like you have to hold your piece very close.
Yeah.
And that includes being discerning about who makes it into the inner circle.
Yes, absolutely. Every person should do this. But in particular, I feel like women in our society have a more difficult time of being able to hold on to that piece. Women in our society are expected to be caregivers, whether it be mothers or just friendly caregivers. We're expected to be our family's therapist a lot of the times. We're managing emotions. We're making the bacon, bringing home the bacon, paying for the bacon. There's a lot that we have on our plates. And not to say that our male counterparts don't do that, but 9 times out of 10, especially for a mother, the kid is going to run up to their mom if they need something, not their dad. And so finding those moments of peace can be a little bit more challenging as a woman.
Right. Well, when you're saying that, it reminds me, because I asked you earlier if it's okay to bring up some of your family life. I think you're being very protective of your peace came from maybe some challenges with your family, right?
Absolutely.
Can we kind of circle back to that? And
sure.
Because you didn't have a lot of support from your family when you got into this industry.
I still don't have a lot of support from my family while in this industry. I am, for the most part, no contact with most of my family at this point. I find that it is better for my peace. I felt a great amount of guilt and shame for the longest time because I was no contact. But then I realized through therapy that, you know, if I cannot protect my peace and I am not healthy mentally, I cannot be healthy for the people around me. I can't help them. And that's what I like to do. I like to help people. That's why I've always given advice. I never gatekeep. I'm happy to share my resources with anybody who's willing to learn. But if it comes at the cost of my peace, that's when I have to hear the resources and take a step back. So with my family, with regards to my family, I still keep in touch with a few of my cousins here and there. I did have moments where I've tried to make contact and try and keep the peace. It just didn't work out very well for me. So I just find that it's best to monitor for a distance. And if they need something, trust and believe they will call.
Is it something that when you've tried to reach out, it's like, is there still a lot of judgment?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you have like a really religious family or something?
You know, ironically, they became more religious as I got into the industry.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
We're going to pray it out of you.
Sure. Sure.
Save her.
But ultimately, I think it was really hard for my family to understand that I chose to do this. As we mentioned and touched on, I have several degrees. I went to college. I graduated with honors. I worked for all these prestigious names and companies. I did a lot of things with my life, and I was miserable.
Ooh.
I was miserable living the 9 to 5. It was not for me. It was one of those, I'm living for everyone else and no one is helping me with my life. So why am I doing this? And I really just wanted to have a life where I could make my own schedule. I could work with like-minded people. I could travel. I could pick up and go. It was always very important to me to be able to pick up and go. And maybe that has to do with my upbringing. I didn't come from, like, my family we had a very cookie cutter looking, Brady Bunch looking house and lifestyle from the outside. But from the inside, I was being abused, not sexually, but physically, emotionally. And so living for everyone else on everyone else's terms, just so that it looked pretty, didn't make sense for me because I was crumbling internally. And that's what I decided to live for myself, and unapologetically and without shame. And
at what point, when was that awakening for you?
I was 27 years old and I had a mental break. I really did. I went to a therapist and was like, I need help. I don't know what to do. I'm having all these terrible thoughts and nightmares and I don't know what to do with them. I can't sleep. I can't eat. And I am unhappy. What do I do? And they're like, well, have you been hurting yourself? And the real answer to that was yes. At the time I was anorexic. I was bulimic if I did eat, and I was hurting myself. And that was really hard for me to deal with alone because my family wouldn't hear of it.
Wow. They didn't know?
Well, as a Latin woman, we don't air our dirty laundry out. We don't talk to other people about our lifestyle, about our home, our family.
Right.
So it was frowned upon. I called them from the hospital. They took me to the hospital and said, you need basically a timeout for adults. And I said, okay, we'll take the 3 days. It was a weekend. It was Easter weekend, if I'm being honest, because it was Friday afternoon. Monday is a holiday. I stayed till Tuesday. And I started getting help. And one of the things that I came to realize was I can't live for other people. I can't live for other people. No one else has to live in my skin. No one has to live in my head but me. So I need to live a lifestyle that I can be proud of, that I can be happy with, and that I don't mind living every day. And for me, that was...
Okay.
Oh, does that work? For me, that was taking control of my life. And one of the ways I saw to do at the time was, I was like, well, let me go back to school. This is where I went pre-med for a little while. Shadowed a few doctors and realized, because I wanted to help people,
right,
that's not the way I want to help people. Prescribing them a medication that might trash their liver and their body was not how I wanted to help them.
I didn't know you were pre-med.
I was pre-med. I went back to school for pre-med.
I actually considered medical school.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't you go for it?
For the same reason that at the time I was in massage school and the training for anatomy physiology was at the University of Utah, which is medical school training.
Right.
And I figured out I was really good at it. But my whole background was taking care of like the real problem and getting to the source of the problem, not masking the problem.
Right.
And so I didn't want to get into the medicating and masking of things. I wanted to get to the source.
Right.
So I considered naturopathic medical school, and that, that was a whole other thing. I was like, I'm just not going to go down that road. But I did consider it for that exact same reason that I wanted to help people, but I didn't want to help people in the way of masking problems.
Right. So that was one of the things. And that's when I decided to take my health seriously. I made a promise to myself that if I could get my eating disorders under control and live a healthy, happier lifestyle, if I needed little help with that last 5 or 10, I'd go ahead and take care of it surgically if I wanted to, which I did. But that was the first step, was taking control of my health, my wellness, my mental health, as well as my physical. And that eventually trickled on to, well, what other lifestyle changes do I need to be happy?
Mm-hmm.
And it did come with a cost, a price. While I was considering going to med school, I had realized that wasn't for me. I was like, that's not what I want to do. I was already taking classes for it. I was already shadowing a doctor, a neurologist. And I was like, this isn't going to make me happy. So I went and I applied for the Peace Corps. And this was 2018 for 2019. And I did all the medical things. And 10 days before I was supposed to leave to China, they told me that they rescinded my invitation and that I can't come out there. And I was floored. I didn't know what to do. But I thought, okay, so these things happen for a reason. There's got to be a reason. Later on, we found out it was COVID. That's why they had completely shut down the program.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So, but by then I had already picked up a small little part-time job as a assistant to a content creator in Miami. And I saw firsthand, I was like, oh, I can play with my sexuality. If I was in this field, that's really cool. This is a lot of fun. Oh, wait, I know how to market this. Oh, she's having trouble with that. I know how to fix that. Let me go and ask her. And that's how I got my name Clutch. I kept helping people around me whenever they needed help last minute, whether it be marketing or the girl forgot her IDs or lost them, or like one girl was about to get arrested. I would step in and somehow be able to save the situation. Clutch. I came through Clutch.
Ah.
So, and that's how I kind of got into the industry. I saw firsthand how I could apply my marketing and advertising degree. I love the idea of psychology and sociology being integrated into that. And I was like, man, if I was pretty enough to do it, I would do it. If I was skinny enough to do it, I would do it. If I was, and someone looked at me and was like, so why don't you? And I go,
who are you talking to?
me? The nerdy girl you see. You got to be out your damn mind.
Wow.
And I went ahead and started doing it. That's just kind of how it happened. I decided there that if I was going to pursue this, I would sacrifice literally anything. That's a big thing to ask the universe. If you ask the universe, they will provide, but there will be a cost. In my case, the cost was my family.
Wow.
Yes. They would not hear of me doing this. I went to college. I graduated with honors. I have family in law enforcement and in politics. And so when I left their home, I left with $27.32 in my account. That's it. I didn't even have the money to get to take an Uber to go crash on a friend's couch when I first came out to Vegas.
So what did you do? Where did you go?
I went to the airport bathroom. I cried for 5 minutes. I picked myself up, wiped my fucking face, and I busted out the hottest 5-minute solo in the bathroom of the airport with some feet pictures. Yes, I did. And then I went to the 2 or 3 fans that I had on my OnlyFans, and I sent it over to them, and I was like, this is a great video. I just did it. I got so horny at the airport. I couldn't wait to get to my hotel. I could not afford the fucking Uber. The Uber was like $50-something. It was from the airport to Summerlin.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, I can't do that. The fuck? So I got in touch with one of the fans that had been really helping me out a lot. Brian, if you're watching, thank you. I think of you all the time. And Yeah, he sent me over 50 or $60, which with the money I had, the 20 something I had in my account, I was able to go to Summerlin. I spent the last $20 I had on food for that night. And the sweetest cam couple hosted me while I worked there. You know, I worked for my keep. And I was still getting ready and still getting out there. A lot of women, they have an agent right out the gate, and they have, you know, some kind of rich or wealthy benefactor that's helping them. I did this blood, sweat, and tears by myself with little to no help.
Wow. And then because you are a curvier girl,
I was told no by everyone.
I was just going to say, you probably, no agents want to work with you.
Nope.
No companies want to hire you.
Nope.
So did you just have to cam to get this thing lifted off the ground? Like
honey. I did content. I couldn't even, I didn't know how to cam. I wasn't making money camming. So I would cam with the couple because they already had, you know, an established audience. But I was doing content, solos, and working with girls and working with guys. I worked with whomever was willing to work with me at the time, which was a lot of male creators that fall into the BBC category. And so everyone had this misconception that that was the only thing I did.
Oh, I have that problem too.
So, but it was because no agencies would hire me and no companies would hire me. So I had to create I had to stir up a need in the market, a hole in the market. And probably the best compliment I've received to date is when a female creator looks at me and says, "You were the first curvy model I saw on Brazzers."
Wow.
That model is now called Ashlyn Peaks.
I love that.
She said that to me and I damn near cried. And she's like, "How do I do that?" And I said, "If you want to learn, I'll teach you." And she's a bigger name than me now. I'm so proud of her.
Oh, I love that.
You know, I never gatekeep. I'm so happy that she's grown to where she has. I get goosebumps. It's just like it fills my little heart.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's one of my career goals still. I'm still trying to get on Brazzers.
You will. You will. You got to create the need in the market. There's got to be, the fans have to be demanding it. And that's what I told them. I gave them the cheat book. I said, listen, if you want to see, and this is true to this day, if you want to see a performer on any particular website, tell the website, go ahead and subscribe to the website, because otherwise you're not a paying customer and they're not going to listen to you.
They're not going to listen, yeah.
But if you're a subscribed paying customer to them, they will listen. And you go ahead and comment, "I want Carmela Clutch on all of your work. I need it. And you keep demanding it, they will reach out. Now it's up to the talent whether or not they will work with them at that point.
Right.
So, yeah.
But you've had to like knock down wall after wall just to get where you are.
Yeah.
How do you have the confidence? Like, I know I bring this up in other podcast episodes, but especially when you come from a background where you haven't had all this support and your body type is not like the standard issue. Do you just, where does it come from? You just drill down and you're just like, I'm going to do this no matter what? Like, where does that fighting spirit come from?
I don't have, there's two sides. One, if you don't have the confidence, simple thing to do, fake it till you make it. But what you find inside of you as a woman where nothing has been handed to you and everything has to be earned, there's a fire that builds in you, a hunger. I want this more than most of the other girls. Why? Because I've worked for it. They have not, or don't care to. And I'm not talking about anyone in particular, please. The last thing I need is another fucking rumor. But when you are self-made, and this is true about any industry, when you are self-made, there is a fire, a hunger that you have that cannot be satiated. You will do this. You have not only no option, because I have options, but I just want it. I want it more than most people. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't want to put the work in, y'all. It's so true. I really, I mean it with all of my vagina.
That's going in a quote book somewhere.
Please. I mean it with all my vagina.
But let me ask you, so you've been like fighting for it and you're making it, and then you ended up in a relationship that was, for the lack of a better word, parasitic.
Parasitic is the kindest way I've ever heard it referred to ever. That is the kindest thing I've ever heard. You know, and it's funny because I saw people gravitate to me because of my perceived success. And then I saw people just completely ostracize me after the relationship. I did get into a relationship, and that relationship I'm no longer in. It's been almost 3 years, thank God. But it was by far the most abusive relationship I've ever been in, bar none. This man physically harassed and assaulted me. He verbally chastised and ridiculed me. He emotionally tore me down, and he financially abused me for 2 years. I could not get out of his thumb. To the point at which where my closest friends were even like, hey, you've chosen him. That's fine, but I can't watch you die, essentially, because they saw the fire, the light inside of me just dwindling till I was a shell, a husk of myself. And you can really see it in the pictures of me back then. There's one in particular where I'm holding my ponytail like this on a red carpet at Urban X. And if you look at my eyes, yeah, I'm smizing. It's a good picture, but there's nothing there. I am just hold this pose. Okay, now run over to him, make sure he's okay. Hold that pose. Okay, is he okay? Oh, he's mad. I'm taking pictures and I'm taking too long. It was brutal. It was very brutal. But coming out of that and being able to breathe again and finding a sense of safety, because for months afterwards, there was no safety. He still had access to my building. Yeah, it was rough. It was hard.
What was it that let you see what it was? Like, you're in it and you're being abused and you're going through this shit. How do you see it for what it is so that you can make that decision to leave?
I am so incredibly lucky that I have the support system that I have the friends that I have. So December 2 years ago, I was back in Miami and I was filming and I was preparing to get my breasts done. So I was working a lot in December, and Team Skeet called me up and they said, we'd like to make you the MILF of the month for January. You've earned it. Congratulations.
Wow.
You have the highest selling scene that we've had on any of our Team Skeet owned sites ever in the history. I'll take the blame part 1 and part 2. Yes.
That's huge.
It's huge. I was humbled.
Wow.
It required a full day of a couple of shoots, several, but one particular day they were going to shoot me from I had to be on set at 8 or 9 in the morning for hair and makeup, and I didn't leave till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. We had interviews, we had photo shoots, we had a full scene, we had the post interview, the post scene, we had social media stuff. It was a lot that we did in one day, and I found myself not able to get to my phone to check for the text messages and the calls, because how dare I have a career outside of him? And I found myself trying to make excuses and not tell him that I had won, because he had been having a really rough day. And I said I shouldn't be trying to squander or downplay my successes because he's going to get jealous or he's going to get mad or that's unhealthy. And I was surrounded by some friends from back home who really had gone through some stuff of their own, and they had been like, this is not okay. They provided me with several books that I read. And I was able to draw parallels between the narcissist in the book and the narcissist in my life. And I made the decision that it needed to end. Now, I was weak. So as soon as I got back to Vegas in January, I let things fall back into that same pattern. By February, after all the press of AVNs and X3 and all the conventions, then he was like, you know what? We should end this. And I was like, you know what? We should. We should. You're right. We should. This is stupid.
Said with a smile.
We should. No, I said it with a smile, but I was terrified.
Yeah.
I only said it with a smile because we were at a model house in California, and I knew he could not hit me or threaten me or scare me or intimidate me.
In front of other people.
He knew I came from an abusive household. All he had to do was intimidate me.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. He did push me into a couple countertops, into the fridge. He pushed me onto the floor. He spat in my face. He slapped me around. The crazy thing is that in this industry that is a female-run and female-dominated industry, people still hire and work with him even though he's a known abuser. They still facilitate that. And that's the scary part, is that in this industry, it's great. We get people from all walks of life, and that's cool. You don't have to have a background to start this, to do this, and you can make a great life for yourself. But you also have very, for lack of a better term, parasitic individuals who find their way into the industry. And the number one thing I see that girls, end up losing their careers over, sometimes their lives, is their partner.
Wow. I'm really, really happy to see that you were able to get away from that, and that you were able to see the contrast. You're in your zone of genius, you're working, you're being treated like the star that you are, and then you're contrasting that with this darkness that you don't want. But then you go back home and it's kind of like, I think that's actually very normal for a lot of women. It's they start to see it, but it doesn't happen right away that you're able to extract yourself.
Of course. And the true narcissist or the true abuser is also going to isolate you, right? That's the first move. Yeah. Get you away from the family and the friends. What did he do to me? Not do to, because I moved willingly. I moved from Miami away from my family and friends to Vegas, where I was alone. He was the only person I knew. So
you were already isolated.
Right. Yeah. So having that strong kinship with people, having that strong support system really helped me get out and stay out. And to be honest, the person that I never regret. No, I regret dating that person, but I don't regret the strong badass that I became because of it. Not to give that person any credit, because no credit, but that shit would never fly now. Ever.
I love the laugh. It's like, oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no. And my friends and I have remade like a pact together. If any one of us falls out of that line of like, hey, this is unhealthy, oh yeah, we will come and correct it if we have to kidnap you ourselves.
Yeah. But what I love too is that you were able to find people who are really genuine, who are really committed to you. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I want to highlight that because I think sometimes people think there's a lot of bad stuff in this industry, and there's bad stuff in every industry and everywhere.
Every industry. If we're being honest, this industry has its goods and its bads. It does. But I have never met women who are actually girls. We're not talking about maybe. No, really girls.
Yes.
The women of this industry taught me how to be a real woman, taught me how to care for myself, how to stand for my boundaries, how to advocate for myself, which is my biggest molehill has been learning to advocate for myself as a woman, as a Latin woman también. To be honest, that wasn't encouraged in the household.
Well, especially not your household.
Of course not. But really, like, think about it. Like, when I was a little girl, you wore what your parents laid out for you to wear on the bed the night before. You ate what was served to you on the plate, and if you weren't hungry, you're not eating. If you're not eating it, you're not hungry. Like, it was a very strict household. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I don't think I'm a terrible person. I think my parents raised a pretty good person, a decent person. But, advocating for oneself wasn't encouraged. And I think that society has pressured women to kind of stay complacent, stay quiet. Good girls don't make a fuss. And I'm tired of that.
You're over there making a big old fuss.
I'm going to make as much of a fuss as I want. Fussy.
Well, I think that lends to your CEO energy.
Thank you.
I mean, so talk about that. Do you have big plans for yourself professionally? Because the way your personality is, not only did you come from nothing, you had fucking $27 on your own. You survived an abusive household and an abusive relationship pretty early on in your career. Yeah. But you've emerged from all of that. Like, I just see momentum behind you. I see you everywhere, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm like, there she is again. I remember I screenshot you and text you. I'm like, holy shit, this is so cool. You were like, I haven't even seen that yet. So what's next? Like, we could talk all day. I don't want to cut us short at all. But I definitely want to see, like, where is this big engine headed?
So a lot of people, I'm a lifer. I'm going to be in this industry in some capacity for the rest of my life. I love this industry. I love what it's given to me. There are ways that it can improve, and I hope that I can contribute to its growth and upward mobility of this industry and the people in it. I can't say everything that I have planned, but you will see. Yeah, you will see some plans I have with a couple of my closest girlfriends. There are going to be some plans that we have. We're planning on doing things. I'm going to be in front of the camera for a while, and then I'll start moving behind the camera. I think this upcoming year, you'll see me do a little bit more mainstream stuff. I'll go back into it since I have more control of the narrative. When I first got into the industry, I used to take any scene that was thrown at me because I needed the work.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the MILF roles came from that. Now, since I have a little bit more control over my narrative and my brand, I do the roles I want to do. So I might make my way back into mainstream a little bit here and there. I will still also do my content. And I may be working on a website. That's all I can say. But I will say this, and this is a reference back to the interview with Ashlyn Peaks. If you haven't seen it, go watch it right now. But it is everything that you guys have been asking for.
I'm having flashbacks to the conversation. Yes,
everything
she
you've been
teased
asking
the shit out of that.
Yeah. Literally everything.
Oh my gosh. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram, OnlyFans, and pretty much every other platform. At Instagram, at Miss MISS Carmela Clutch. Twitter is at Carmela_Clutch, and pretty much everything is on there.
Okay, good. And I don't want to totally end it just yet. I wanted to ask you one, just a little caveat, because we talked a lot about your life and your business. But when you're not doing things, like we talked about arts and crafts, but like when you're just relaxing and you're alone or you're just at home with friends and Frenchies, what do you do? Like, what makes you happy?
I like to sing. I don't share that often with people. Yeah, I smoke, so obviously I don't sing the way I used to. But lately I've been having Wicked on repeat and singing all of those songs.
Have you seen the new one? Have you seen the second one? It's so good.
It's so good.
I like it better than the first one.
Ooh, those are big words. Those are big words. I'm still learning the first ones, the first songs from the very first. I don't want to give too much away, but like Goodness Knows and With the Wizard. And so I'm learning those songs because I actually genuinely like to sing them. And I used to be a soprano. I'm more of a mezzo soprano, alto, and contralto now. So my voice leans from high to mid-tone, deep ranges.
Right.
So think everything from Yolanda Adams and not quite Mariah Carey. I would say like Whitney Houston and like Alicia Keys. I used to sing a lot. So in my free time, I'll sing, I'll sketch, I'll journal. I'm very creative. That's where the arts and crafts I used to create.
What medium?
I like acrylic on canvas.
Okay.
But sometimes I'd get creative with like the little tchotchkes around the house, and I would do mixed medium. So I would take, my old ID card with these Malta caps that had the Puerto Rican flag on it, and I made this like shadow box of like the different compartments of Carmela.
Wow.
So I randomly will just get an itch up my ass to go ahead and do something like that. And so I like to be creative.
I love that. I don't know. Do you know about Kyla Keys and how she's into some of that stuff?
No.
Yeah. So go back and listen to the episode with her. We talked about her art stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because she came to my home. That's where we did the interview.
Yeah.
I'm an artist. And so she's like, oh, I love this painting you have in the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, that one's mine. She's like, what? So we ended up talking for 20 minutes about art.
Do you like acrylic or oil?
I prefer acrylic. Mm-hmm. So my fans probably already know this. So I took art lessons when I was really young. I was like 5.
Wow.
And I learned watercolor. And so then like 5 years later, my teacher starts showing me oil and I was pissed.
Yeah, because
I was just like,
what is this brown crap just smudging?
Why won't it dry? Ever?
It's like a week and a half and I'm sitting there with a blow dryer. What the fuck? And then it cracks.
And I want to mix it with another color. So I mix with the water. She's like, no, turpentine. I was just like, you taught me for 5 years
water
the rules, and now I'm breaking them all, and now I don't like you.
Not that I don't like you. I don't like you.
Like you now.
Like you now. Meanie.
I was trying to follow the rules and be a good girl, like I've been told, right?
Oh, but being bad is so much more fun.
Well, yeah.
To be honest, I'm entering the villain era and I'm loving it.
Ooh, the villain era.
Well, see, I call it the villain era, but to be honest, I don't think it's the villain era. I think it's just women in their womanhood.
Yeah.
It's like that black cat energy that I don't need to please you. I don't need to cater to you. I don't need to. And I firmly believe that Disney villains, especially the female ones, they're not villains. They're just misunderstood.
So misunderstood. I love this. I'm so on the same page with you. I've always joked with my kids that I'm a villain.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, the hero always has something to prove, and they're always unhappy, and they're always like disgruntled and
usually their life is
of themselves.
Awesome. I'm sorry, Jasmine. I'm so sorry for you. I'm so fucking sorry. You have a fucking tiger, and you live in a palace.
Boo freaking who?
Shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
Exactly. Oh. Like Ursula, she's my favorite villain.
I love Ursula.
Listen, I was just like,
this pendeja comes in and she's all the time. Shut up. She got a headache. She just wants to sleep.
Yeah.
With her eels.
Yes. She's got her garden. She's got her magic. She's got all her shit. She's
bitch
good.
came to her.
Yes.
Hello.
I'm just doing my thing. What the fuck do you want?
What the fuck do you want? I was here.
Yes. Yes. I've always joked that I'm a villain.
Yeah. I'm entering what I guess society perceives as the villain era.
Yes.
But really, it's just me not willing to compromise my boundaries, my beliefs, my ethics, my morals, my principles, whatever you want to call it. It's me not willing to accept breadcrumbs from the people around me having standards and requirements for the people that are going to be in my life, because I know I provide a certain amount of comfort, or I provide things as friends. I'm a good friend. I'm a good person. And to have me in your life should be respected, just like if I have you in my life, I'm going to respect you and your time and your values. I'm just not willing to compromise on that anymore.
Yes. I see that as like leaky energy. If anybody's just trying to grasp on, and it's just like, no. Somebody once told me, he was like, you're very black and white. And I'm like, well, I'm not really black and white, but when it comes to my energy and my attention, I have to be.
It's non-negotiable.
No, because this either works for me or it doesn't work for me. And if it doesn't, get the fuck out.
Yes. Move around. We got things to do. Okay.
I'm doing shit. Okay.
Yeah. Your boss babe energy. You out here. I'm so proud of you, by the way. I've been watching your podcast and I'm just like,
thank you.
She's doing it. Yes.
I'm proud of myself.
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
It's been a dream. And then here it is. You know, and then there's been an upgrade too, because I started at my kitchen table.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm like, sorry for the Play-Doh and the Sharpie marker.
You know what? I'm actually disappointed that there's no Play-Doh here. You know, I'm a fidgety person. I need to like play with things
and like stim. Oh my gosh, yeah. And I talked about this stimming, and I was like, oh my gosh, I do that.
I've been doing it the whole time.
I know.
I've been tapping my feet. Like, oh yes.
I love it. Well, will you come back another time?
Of course.
This is awesome. I feel like we could talk forever.
Oh, yeah, we really can. Yeah. We're going to sit here for a minute talking after this.
Of course. We'll cut and we're going to keep talking.
Yeah.
But
anytime you want to have me back on here, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching.
Yes. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Because I have also been watching. You were already a huge star when I met you. And then I've just seen this massive explosion and growth and the self-care. And I see it from afar, you know, because we don't talk all the time, but I see these steps you're making, the moves you're making professionally, the collaborations that you do, the brand alliances, all the things that you're doing. And I sit back as a friend, but also a fan where I'm like, I fucking love this girl. Like this is, I love to cheer people on, because when you see somebody who works so hard and is so hungry for something and they're getting theirs, I'm like, yeah, get it up, get it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama. I really appreciate that. But yeah, it's been a process. I'm happy to share it with everyone. It's not for everyone, but I think I'm just really surprised and humbled that people can get to know me on these platforms and through social media, and they still want to hang around and be part of this little wild ride that I'm on.
Of course they do. And then I hope this gives them a glimpse into more of you that maybe they haven't heard everywhere else, you know?
Thank you for giving me a platform to talk about these subjects. It's very rare that I get to talk about my history, my past, and some of the more serious aspects of who I am.
Yeah, but it all lends to who you are. And so thanks for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Of course. Oh, can I hug you?
Yes. Show off this hot that body.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
You too.